Hi there, I'm Sarah. I am a traditional Usui master teacher, a holistic life coach, and a yoga teacher. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about self-sabotage. Why do we do it? Why is it that sometimes it doesn't matter how hard we try, we end up recreating difficult work situations or difficult relationships or injuries or accidents. If you want to learn more about this in depth, then feel free to join my group, but this will be a short video to kind of just give you a glimpse of how energy works and how the human energy system works. So, you know those slinkies that kids have that have a spiral? Oftentimes we go through life and the momentum that we create through our choices and our actions creates an energy that's kind of moving you forward. And there's a part of you that wants to shift and maybe start to create a different vibration. But the present moment is here with the vibration of all of your past actions and experiences. So it doesn't matter how much you try to create a new vibration, you still have to deal with the momentum that's coming from all of your previous patterns, your previous energy patterns, and patterns of perception as well. And so oftentimes when we have that desire to create change in our life, we might have an insight that we need to be doing something different. And maybe you start searching for a new job or a new relationship or another way of doing things. But it's not always easy because you are coming from the same momentum that you had in the past. And even though you're trying to pivot and you're trying to make a change, it's not, the path that you know is the only path that you know. And so even when you manage to externally create that change, and even when you manage to really maybe catch a glimpse of a new paradigm of understanding and a new paradigm of acting and making new choices, you still have the old part of you that only knows how to operate in this dysfunctional way. And so this is why oftentimes you, for example, if the problem is addiction, they will put the addict in a home for a while, for 30, 60, 90 days, because they kind of need to create a clear space for the healing to happen. And even after that short period of isolation, they have to go through outpatient treatment and maintenance. Why? Because the patterns were so ingrained, it's not like you can just pivot and shift without help. And so this is how things work in the energy world as well. You have to be able to see clearly what the momentum is. You have to be able to really observe, and then you're going to need 10 times as much energy in the opposite direction to kind of get your system to pivot and shift to a new way of operating. And this is why a teacher, a practice, and a community is so important, because this is not something that we can do alone just because we decide to. It's something that we have to really strive for and practice, and you will have so many obstacles in the way. You might get sick, or you might have an accident, or you might have doubt about whether this is the right path or not, or you might get tired because it takes so much effort and it doesn't matter how hard you try, you still seem to be spinning in a circle. Or you might just be confused and don't really know which one is the right path and which one is the wrong path, because the path that you know is the only one that you know. Or you might just give up at some point because just on your own you might not have enough energy to be able to create the shift. Or you might make a little bit of progress and then regress, and then without you even knowing, start to create problems and obstacles and blocks. And so what I would say is, first of all, keep trying. The second of all, don't be afraid to ask for help from people who have been there, done that. Like, I really get it. I have been at this for over 12 years now, and through my journey, I can identify many, many times where I would make a little bit of progress, and then before I knew it, I would slip back. And that's often even more frustrating, because when you're stuck, at least that's familiar to you, and that's all you know. When you get out and you catch a glimpse of a new reality and possibilities, and then you slip back and you end up, you just get so frustrated. It's like, I've been there, done that. Why is it that I can't sustain the new vibration? And well, that's because it's not so easy. It's not easy to shift, and it's certainly not easy to sustain either. This is why my journeys, when you work with me, it's like a minimum of 2-3 months, and my long-term programs are 9 months, and I have 3 levels. I have students who have been with me for 3-4 years, because change takes time and transformation takes time. And anyone who tells you otherwise and promises you a quick fix, it's either delusional themselves, or maybe they just really don't know. They maybe do think that it's that easy. And I'm not saying that it has to be difficult. Change is actually quite simple. You just have to really just trust and surrender and be willing to change. But to actually get the mind and body to sustain that change, and to not let the old patterns and the old momentum pull you back to the old ways, takes a lot of energy, a lot of discipline, a lot of practice. And so if you want to learn more, join my group. It's called Women Awakening Together. I continue to post articles and chats in there. I'm leading a 14 minutes for 14 days meditation challenge starting tomorrow. And we're going to just be working as a community, because sometimes getting together with people who are trying as hard as you are to improve themselves and their life, and to really create sustainable shift to a new paradigm of understanding and a higher vibration can be so, so helpful. And so I invite you to join this amazing community of women. I look forward to staying in touch with you. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.